Today, I went to Culver's to have a burger. It wasn't just any burger. Culver's was one of my mom's and I favorite places to stop on our way home after a busy day, and we would have the burger in the basket, and we would kind of do cheers, hold the burger and do like cheers. Today was a rough day because I continuing to look for resources and ways to step in and be able to retain my mom's condo. And some of the options, I wasn't super confident that those options were going to be the options. And I have a lot of friends that I've been talking to that have had to knock on a lot of doors before they got their answer, and they all did. And they've been a real beautiful source of encouragement for me. They're really rooting for me and praying for me. And sometimes, offering some ideas, although my situation is unique compared to theirs, but their situations were very complex. In fact, some were even more complex. And what's interesting is a couple of days ago, I was cleaning out my car, and just randomly, there was like this Culver's flyer sitting on the floor in my car. It's like, oh, what a nice reminder. I need to go to Culver's sometime and have a burger in Mom's name. And then when I lifted up that flyer, under the flyer, there was music for Que los ángeles te lleven al paraíso, may the angels take you to paradise, a song that we sing at funerals. I mean, I hadn't put them there exactly there that morning. I mean, they somehow made their way there, but it was just so interesting. I see that, and then I pulled it up, and then underneath the stuff, like, that's my cue. I gotta go and remember Mom. So I've been thinking about that since last week, and I happen to be in Riverview, Brandon, doing these errands to try to find the funding to get started. I mean, I should be able to get going once I can get in, because I pay over twice as much in rent as I would on a mortgage here. But it's I thought this is a good moment to go to Culver's and just pause and go to Culver's. But it was so much harder than I thought. I mean, my tears started to flow down my face already when I was like 3 traffic lights away from the place. I order, I tell them, oh, I used to love to come here with my mom. I sit down, my burger basket arrives. I look across. Her chair is empty. And I remembered once, at some point, after Dad had gone with Jesus and Orlandito even had gone with Jesus, but somewhere in between, and then more so after Orlandito gone with Jesus, she said, I just don't enjoy some of the foods that I used to enjoy the same way. I can't say that was the case with me. That was a delicious burger. But I could totally identify what she was talking about. Because it was tasty, it was good, but it was a different experience. And as tears kept streaming down my eyes, my face, I kept trying to talk to her in my imagination and remember the sweetness. There's really no escaping it. Sometimes when you're going through these things, there's no escaping it. It's funny. There's only those people that are going to try to fix it and get you out of it. And those are usually the very same people that can't deal with their own. Actually, it's interesting, right? But those of you who have experienced the loss of a very dear person and are real, you can totally relate. you can totally understand, you get the need to be real, the need to embrace those moments and just embrace that piece of the full range of human emotions. There's just no way around it, right? And that moment turns into, okay, Mom, okay, God, what would you like me to do next? So the tears flood or flow, and then you come to that calm and you say, what's possible now? How can I honor you now? How can I carry you in my heart now? Lord, teach me. One of the things that I've began to do in remembrance, in honor of my mom, and in honor of your loved ones that you miss, that are now with God also, is Fourth for Souls. Fourth for Souls is a space, a sacred space where we come together the fourth day of each month to remember our loved ones and to pray for them and pray for each other. And every day, every time, every month, it will be a little different. The times might be a little different till we find a good time. That's why I want you to follow the links to do the survey as we continue to give this a little bit more shape. And yes, there will be some space to share some of these experiences and process them together and come to that place where, after we embrace what's in our heart and give it to God, we explore what next, what's possible, with God's help and each other's support, wrapped in prayer. Join us on the fourth day of each month for Fourth for Souls.